Hi, elementary teachers. Thank you so much for watching this weekly Connect for May 16th. We're going to continue studying and discovering Jesus with our whole Discovering Jesus theme and our detective theme. And it's just been so fun to watch you guys get so involved in this. It's just been great. So thank you so much for all the effort that you were putting into this detective theme that we have going on. This week, we're going to be talking about what the early believers said about Jesus. So we'll do our worship and offering, all of that the same as we always do. If you are the storyteller, the only thing I would say is, well, all the kids are going to get one of these. It's a little packet and it has statements. Like this is John, and then they have Stephen and Paul. What I would do, so the kids are going to all get one of these. Halfway through your story, we'll just pass them out so they'll have them in their hands. Or if you're the storyteller, if you tell us ahead of time that you'd prefer that they get them after class, that is fine too. Hopefully they're going to be up on the screens, so we could certainly just give it to them in their classroom so there's not that interruption during the story and the kids aren't like leafing through it. But if you could just look through these statements, that's going to be connected onto your the curriculum here. If you could just look at that and decide a couple of these that you want to highlight. There are 7 of them, and I think that we just don't have enough time to go through all 7. As you know, when you're trying to go through all these other statements and stuff throughout the story, we just run out of time, and then the kids don't have any classroom time, and I don't want that to happen this week. So if you can go through a couple of them and just decide which statements you really think were well written, or that really show how these people would not have made these sacrifices or went out on a limb for Jesus if they did not truly believe he was who he said he was. So don't go through all 7 of them, just do some of them. I do have to tell you that Thomas, that his little statement that's connected on here is kind of discombobulated. It actually has some typos in it. So I redid this statement for what's going to show up on the board. Hopefully what's going to show up on the board if casting can get that figured out. And it's what I put in the take homes, but I wasn't able to, I had to like copy and paste it on top, or I had to actually physically paste it on top and then make copies of it for the kiddos. But the one that I'm going to be sending you has the wrong information on it, so I'll send you the correct information too. Anyways, all that to say, just look through those and decide which ones you really want to concentrate on. And we're just talking about how people who were there when Jesus was alive, or right immediately after Jesus's death, what they thought and what they said about Jesus. So that's what we're going to be discovering this week. Then after blessing, you go back to your classroom, and we have this next activity. It's going to be just a search and find with the kiddos. Oh, can you see that? Sorry. I guess it doesn't matter. You have a search and find. And then, of course, they're going to have all their statements, which they can color while you guys are doing some discussion. So you're going to have some extra time in your classroom, hopefully, if it goes the way I'm planning in my mind, that the kiddos you can talk back in the class in smaller groups about these statements of faith, and do some coloring. And then, of course, if you have the time, you can pray with the kiddos as well. So next week we will be finishing up. We have what Jesus's miracles say about him, and that will be the last of our lessons in this Discovering Jesus, because the final weekend in May is going to be a Zonk day. So that's all we've got. So thank you so much for being so awesome and great. If you have any questions, just give me a call. And I hope that this helps you to prepare. There's not really a craft to prepare. It's just going to be coloring sheets and a worksheet. So it should be a fairly easy week for us. So thank you very, very much for all that you do for children's.